Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really unique philosophy that gets to the bottom of a super confusing human behavior. Why someone might trash talk you in public, but, secretly admire you.
I mean, we've all been there, right? It can be so confusing and honestly pretty frustrating. To really get it, we're going to look at this through the incredible lens of Arreqqana philosophy.
And here's the thing. This philosophy doesn't just have an explanation, it has this specific, really poetic term for these people. It doesn't see them as just haters or fans, but as something way more complex. Mirror flames. Like reflections of our own inner light.
So the Arreqqana call these folks Ksoren Lenakara, and that translates to those whose fire faces away from its warmth. Just think about that for a second. They feel this undeniable pull towards your energy, what they call your Kianava, but they fight it. And why? Because admitting it, really acknowledging it, would force them to question their own identity. It's basically a classic case of what we'd call psychological projection. They spot a quality in you that they just can't accept in themselves, so they have to attack it out in the open.
So what is really going on inside the mind of a mirror flame? Well, to figure that out, we've got to look at the doctrine of mirror flames, which gives us this amazing psychological map.
So this doctrine suggests that every single soul is carrying two competing fires. You've got the reflective fire, which is the part of you that can see and admire beauty and strength in other people, and then you've got the reactive fire, which is the part that's afraid of those qualities or feels like it has to compete with them. That public criticism combined with private admiration, that's just the outward sign of this huge internal battle. You could almost call it a kind of philosophical cognitive dissonance. They're so uncomfortable holding two opposite beliefs that it forces them into this weird two-faced behavior.
And this quote right here, it just gets right to the heart of it. This isn't about simple hypocrisy. It's seen as a kind of spiritual immaturity. They see something in you that connects with their own potential, but that light is just so bright it feels painful. So they flinch away, kind of trapped in the glare of their own admiration.
But wait, it goes even deeper. The Arreqqana culture actually has a specific concept for the social dynamic this whole thing creates. They call it the kivara'a, or the shadow admirer. This person isn't just conflicted. Their intense focus on you, even if it's negative, actually reveals a kind of hidden devotion.
And here's the key takeaway from that. All of the energy they are directing at you, doesn't matter if it's mockery or praise, it's a form of acknowledgement. It proves that you're a major player in their world, that you exist in what they call their resonance field. They literally can't ignore you, no matter how hard they try.
Okay, but this philosophy isn't just one single idea. No way. In fact, there's this rich, really compassionate debate inside of it about how you're supposed to handle these mirror flames. And it all centers around two major thinkers.
So we have these two thinkers, Pepukila and Kasamaran, and they represent two totally different ways of approaching this. Pepukila is the pragmatist, and she sees this behavior as a genuine threat. Kasamaran, on the other hand, makes the case for a much more compassionate, understanding view.
Pepe Hilala's argument, it's really rooted in caution and self-preservation. She's basically saying that when admiration sours into bitterness, it becomes a kind of poison. From her perspective, their actions aren't some confused cry for help, they're a calculated attack, searching for your weak spots.
But then Kasamaran counters this with this incredible empathy. She doesn't see their jealousy as malice. She sees it as a form of love that's just lost its way, a sign of a deep internal struggle. It's like a mirror, she says, that's longing to be polished, not shattered. And Pepujila Arila basically argues that if you engage with these people, you're not actually helping them see the light. You're just letting them drain your energy, letting them feed on your warmth without ever understanding your truth.
For Kasamaran, the whole point of being a flame, of having this vibrant energy, is to shine on everything. Even on the shadows, even on the surfaces that resist you. To her, that's the real test of your spiritual strength.
So, this powerful debate, it doesn't end with a clear winner, and that's the beautiful part. Instead, it leads to this incredible synthesis, a really nuanced ethic that becomes the core teaching for how to deal with mirror flames. The resolution really is a blend of both views, and it's so powerful. It's this: hold on to your compassion for their struggle, but do not chase after them. Shine your light, absolutely, but do not surrender your warmth to people who refuse to accept it. It's about setting a boundary that comes from a place of wisdom, not from a place of anger.
And this isn't all just theory. The philosophy actually gives you a practical tool for dealing with this, whether you're the flame or the reflection. It's a meditative practice called reorienting the flame, and it's designed to heal that sense of division.
At the heart of this practice is this mantra. And it's not about forgiveness, not in the way we usually think about it. It's more of an acknowledgement of a shared existence. By recognizing their place in the world, you reaffirm your own light. You're turning resentment into a recognition of a shared connection.
So, ultimately, the Arreqqana ethic gives us this powerful new way to frame these difficult interactions. It advises us to treat these people with a kind of compassionate distance, and to understand that all their loud criticism might just be their own fear talking, scared by the brightness of your light.
And that's really the final takeaway, isn't it? The doctrine of mirror flames doesn't just give us a way to understand other people, it's an invitation to look inward, to ask ourselves, where have I been the mirror flame? And who in my life is reflecting a light that maybe I'm not quite ready to see in myself?